Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our Warsword Conquest campaign with the Inquisition. So, in the last episode, you got a good feel for what this campaign is going to be like. A lot of conquest. I mean, it is called Warsword Conquest after all, so why not? So today, we are laying siege to Plague Wind. And it took a little while, because we had to build a siege tower, but I think we should be able to do this. So let's lead our soldiers in an assault. We do outnumber them, however, they do have a lot of good units here. And I did go ahead and buy myself a firearm for those times when I am in a siege, either defending or attacking, because I think a firearm is going to be more handy in a siege than than my lance, as it were. So yeah, so let's get my archers up here where they're going to be on a little bit higher ground and have some better angles here. Go ahead and pull my own out. Obviously my firearm skill is not very high level, so I have to get pretty close. In fact, I'm debating just bringing a pistol, but this is a furlong firelock rifle, so it is pretty much one of the best ones you can get for the Empire, but my actual skills, not only in firearms, like stat-wise, but also in my own personal skills, is lacking. I don't often play a ranged character, and my character now doesn't have very high of a skill, so let's get up here. Maybe we can get a little bit closer. I'm a little bit worried that we're going to get sniped. Wow, that went way high. I did spawn mostly men with shields this time for the first wave. I tried to put the great swords a little bit lower on the load order so that the great swords aren't here for this initial bombardment. Hopefully they get a chance to relax and wait for more of my men to crash here on the walls without them. Okay, so trying to get my archers in a good position. This is something I've run into. Those Skaven are not that good. However, their riflemen are really good, and so they are extremely good at defending things, and the Empire is not exactly the best at taking things. On the field, I will destroy any rat army. Even double my numbers, I will still destroy them on the field of battle. But when it comes to defending during a siege, they wreck. Even attacking, they do really well. Ow, just look at that, how much damage I took from one shot. My god. It's incredible what those guys do. Okay, so let's go back to sword and shield here. Let's see if we can maybe get some cover in here. Yeah, I wish my men would be smart enough to jump in here with me. Let's see if maybe I can shoot one of them up there, though. My archers don't appear to be firing anymore. Let's see if I can get... I mean, it doesn't appear that... Wow, I already have reinforcements. See, that is how many casualties I take just from their men shooting at me. So the trick here is to survive long enough to be able to attack them, the riflemen on the other parts of the wall. So when we initially disembark, this is where greatswords would be useful, because we got to chop through their first infantry group really quickly. Because if we can make it through them before their reinforcements arrive and then start chasing after their riflemen, we have a much better chance of surviving. However, if we get stuck here, if their infantry is able to hold, and even if it's just for the reinforcements to arrive, oh shit, I can't jump back up there and I'm almost dead. Yeah, this is ridiculously difficult as the Empire trying to fight the Skaven in a siege. I mean, I have a lot of firelock or furlong firelocks, which are the best that you can get with the Empire, but they just do not compare to the Skavens. Either that or I am doing something very tactically wrong. I try to get my archers to stay put for as long as possible, try and weaken them, but this map's just not good for it. There's no good angles to hit any of them. They have angles on us, but we have no angles on them. So I'm probably going to die on this bridge. I really doubt I'm going to survive after taking those two shots. But let's just see if maybe we can kill that guy before we go down. Oh, yeah, just look, especially this place. This is a bad one to siege, too. They just have so many angles they can shoot at us from, and if we don't break through there quickly, then we're just sitting ducks here, just vulnerable from multiple angles. And they have a tower, like, over there, right there. They have that wall. They have this tower. Oh, I got one. Nice. Yes, that's what I like to see. Okay. Well, let's get going, guys. Don't pause here on the wall. We gotta move. Yeah, this is where it gets a little bit frustrating when my own men are kind of chilling, taking a break here. Okay, we should be safe in here for just a second. Let me get up here and I will help kill the rats. If you guys didn't already do it, actually I think you guys did. I think you cleared the tower out. That is lovely. This is what we need to win. We need to be able to take the walls, as it were. The infantry for the rat, or for the Skavens, is not that great. Obviously the rat ogres are a problem, and they have like assassins which are pretty skilled. Not very heavy armor, but they are quick. So those are not so fun to try and deal with, but other than that, their regular infantry doesn't stand up to my own. But man, how do I... Oh my gosh, in order to get to those guys, I have to go up that, so that's going to be difficult. Was there a way up there? No, there's not. Okay, so now we have to go down in the courtyard. This is going to be dangerous. Luckily for us, it does appear that most of this fighting is going to happen inside of here. That's fine, actually. This will provide us some cover from them. And I can maybe snipe some down the stairwell as long as nobody pushes me down. If somebody pushes me down, then I'm a dead man. Oh dear. I do have casualties turned back on for this siege because, well, sieges are a little bit more difficult to tell. I don't think I can shoot down here, maybe. Go into first person. Oh, come here, rat. Oh, never mind. My own men are destroying them. Oh, boom, I hit something. Lovely. Ignore pain. So I know that there's combat skills in this, but I don't know how to get them. I thought you had to talk to the trainer, but I did that, and I don't know. He just trained me. Oh shit! I pressed E. I've been playing Rainbow Six Siege recently, so I pressed E to try and like look around the corner. Silly Dusty. That's not how it works. I'm in Jeyger. Oh shit! Oh no! I did not mean to do that. Yeah, so to fire these things, you hold down the attack button to reload, then you hold down the attack button to aim, and then you release. So it's really anti-intuitive, in my opinion. You can't... Oh, lovely. Normally, you know, to aim, you'd right-click in most shooter games, but obviously this isn't quite a shooter game, so... There are a few things that take a little bit of getting used to. Oh, this is this is a lovely spot for me to be. I could sit here and snipe them all day as long as no ratmen appear there. Let's try and hit that ogre. That rat ogre is one of their few defenders left. Ooh, we got a much better angle now. Lovely. Let's kill that rat ogre. Yeah, you can see ignore pain, soak 22 damage. But that's what I was saying. There's special traits you can learn or skills, but I don't really know how. Oh shit, no! Oh no! Oh no, I'm down. I'm down. Damn it. But yeah, there's some special skills you're supposed to be able to learn from trainers, I thought, but I went to a trainer and I couldn't find them. If anybody knows how to actually learn those traits, let me know, because there's some pretty cool ones, like ignore pain. Well, actually, I don't know any of the other ones, but ignore pain allows you to literally ignore some of that damage, which is really awesome, so I'd love to learn how to do that. That would be really advantageous. That last rat ogre is going to be quite the difficult thing to kill, but we are doing pretty good since we've been able to fight a lot in this tower. We've had a lot of cover. So if we can... The problem is once we get back out into this courtyard, they have... Oh, they don't have too many more ranged troops here. Let's go see. Unfortunately, I can't press backspace to see how we're actually doing. I have to just kind of judge by our casualties. And I didn't check before I died either. But these are all still kind of my first my first men, I can see a lot of the Furlongen Firelocks, which were pretty high up the load order. So I'd say we're at about 2/3 strength right now. And now I just have to pray to the almighty Sigmar that they are lower than that. And now you can see that these are the assassin Eshin dudes or whatever, the ones in the black with the capes and the curved dagger, not sword things. They actually have a really good weapon skill, and they're pretty good at taking people out, despite having no shield and no... and it's not a two-handed weapon, they just use it in one hand, but they are still pretty skilled. And you can see I'm taking a lot of casualties right there, a lot of people knocked out from them, and yeah, a bunch of Eshin assassin kills there, as well as those Scry Jazils and Scry Gunners are now able to open fire. So we got some gunners there, we got gunners here. Yeah, we really need to get out in the courtyard and move fast. Once we're out in the courtyard, we've got to start moving up those walls, because this is a big place. So yeah, they have gunners up here too. Oh, the rat people are just not fun to fight, because these riflemen are... I'm going to risk a bet that the Skaven riflemen are some of the best in the game. Because every time I try to siege something, I take a lot of casualties. I have played a little bit since our last episode, obviously, because I have a sudden knowledge of the Skaven. I've attempted a siege or two, and I always start taking more casualties than I am comfortable with, so I end up leaving. But as I've also said, on the field of battle, I wreck. I have won a lot of field battles since then. I've recruited a bunch more mercenaries and Empire men. A lot of the mercenaries, however, back at the Twisted Claw where we were yesterday, or in the last episode. But this castle is much bigger. Okay, so we have broken through. We are in the courtyard. So now my men have the struggle of getting up onto the walls. I don't see any more Skaven reinforcements, so we might have won this. We might have done it. But my men do have to get there now. So now they have to navigate the maze of walls and get the last of their skirmishers, which is going to be a bit of a problem. Looks like most of my men went that way. A few went this way. We have a bit of a duel going on between a Furlangen... Actually, that might just be a regular handgunner or a marksman. Okay, so we got them. Lovely. Yeah, we're doing this. We're taking this. That's awesome. Whew, I was a little bit worried. Taking a lot of casualties over here, though. Their Scry Jazales are incredibly good. That gun, though, that warp gun or whatever that they have is really good. Does a lot of damage, and it seems to be pretty accurate. I don't know, maybe I'm playing it up too much. Maybe I'm just doing this strategy a little bit off, but and the Empire Furlangen Firelocks also seem to be very good. But they seem to perform better in a siege, or not in a siege, in an open battle where I can place infantry in front of them and let them volley into the enemy. They seem to be pretty good at that. But these Skaven, though, they hold on to these strongholds that they've taken pretty fiercely. Some of these scenes he's created are kind of interesting. I tried sieging something earlier that was actually underground, one of the Skaven places, so that'll be interesting. As we get into some of their other fortresses, we will be experiencing that. Okay, awesome. Looks like we have won. We are victorious. Let's see. Ooh, we lost 97 and 76 wounded. That's not great, but it does look like that we managed to do more damage to them than they did to us, which is an improvement. Also, you might hear a lawnmower in the background. I apologize. As you can see, my company size is much larger in capacity than it used to be. I've won a lot of renown. I leveled up a couple times, and I've been putting everything into leadership. Because when you start your own kingdom like this, without being able to recruit other lords in their areas, you need to have a big army. Now that we've taken this, though, I'm going to make one of my companions into a lord. But let's just capture a bunch of these guys first, and we'll take a look at what we need to do. Ooh, running a little bit low on food. I've been keeping my Verlangen long rifle there. And then I just switch it out. There we go. Okay. Now let's see what we won. Not worth a lot. In fact, I'm not going to even bother picking the rest up. It's just a waste of time. I don't have a ton of inventory space because I haven't invested in that a lot. Sire, we have taken Plague Wind. Who do you wish to give it to? I wish to defer the appointment of a lord until I take counsel of my subjects. Yes. Okay. Plague Wind has fallen to your troops, and you now have full control of the castle. You may station troops here. Blah, 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 blah. We know. As you approach, blah, blah, blah. The king. Yes, thank you. Okay, leave really quickly. I would like to figure out how to change my color. So you can see here, the problem is I have been trying to besiege various things, but it has been rather difficult. So you can see that we are a little bit far away from our first castle that we took. I've been trying to take Pestilence, but it is quite the challenge to siege. I also tried taking Killzone. That didn't work out too well either. So those are the two that I've tried and failed at. Plague Wind I've tried a couple of times, but I always... Wait, I have a garrison already? Did I just automatically throw soldiers in there without me realizing it? Huh, must have done. Yeah, because I didn't have 2 Reichsguard. Interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and upgrade these guys. I've been skipping over the crossbowmen. I don't know how good they are, what they like go into, but let's actually check that really quick. I'm kind of curious, and this is something that all of these conversion mods should do. View troop trees. This is a lifesaver. Being able to see what your guys actually are going to do is huge. Okay, so yeah, you can see this is the line I've been going down with all of my marksmen. I could go for pistoliers, but I'd rather just go for actual melee cavalry knights instead of a pistolier. So I've been going down this for the Verlangen Firelock because they are a tier higher than Empire Marksmen, so I think I'm going to continue doing that. I don't see any reason to go for crossbowmen. Yeah, and then I've been going down this for the Carborg Greatsword. I have started collecting some Empire Ulrich Swordsmen, just because it gives me... Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, I still got a little bit of cough and stuff going on in my throat, but getting better. Alright, so yeah, I've been taking Empire Ulrich Swordsmen just to have some heavier infantry with shields. Oops. But I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that or not, because honestly, I retain enough Empire Swordsmen and Empire Veteran Swordsmen and Empire Captains to have a pretty good amount of sword and board type units. So I might not continue going after a few Empire Ulrich Swordsmen. Obviously, I've sent most of them down these 2 lines, but I've also stopped making halberdiers. I'm not 100% sure if that's a wise thing or not to do. It just seemed like the halberdiers weren't that great against the Skaven. Their weapons are just so long, the Skaven are so small and getting close. And like the Greatsword and Carborg Greatsword, they don't have a shield, but at least the Greatsword and Carborg Greatsword are higher tiered, and so they're pretty good at chopping through Skaven once I get up close. So that's what I've been going with there. Let's just take a look really quickly while we're here at the Skaven. So the Skaven, start with Skaven Slave, then a Clan Rat. Yeah, so if they go Skaven Skirmisher, yeah, the Eshin Assassin is their highest tiered unit, period. Nothing is higher than it. And then they have the Warplock Engineer and Scry Giselle that are causing me so much problems. Master Gunners and Scry Gunners seem to do okay. Then they have kind of this heavier rat unit, the Black Rats, and then Storm Vermin. They also have these kind of mace-wielding ones, Plague Monk and Plague Priest. They do have a Molder Rat Rider, but I rarely see these in any of their armies. They're not a very common occurrence. However, I do usually see a lot of these Molder Packmasters or Master Molder. Yeah, if every mod would do this, that would be so lovely. Like if a Clash of Kings would do this, oh, that'd be brilliant. I'd love to be able to see what they are. There's a wiki that's pretty well updated, I think. There are a few things that are wrong on it, and then I have to like alt-tab out and go check it and look around. It would be so nice to have this in there. I know that's probably not the easiest thing to do, but this is lovely. I can look at literally everyone. I've been thinking about maybe getting some dwarfs too as just a strong frontline troops, but I don't know yet. I kind of like having one type of unit, like just sticking to Empire, because that means that, I don't know, it's just less confusing. There's less of this stuff. If I had dwarves, elves, and the Empire like I originally was thinking about doing, and Bretonia, this would be 4 times as long, even though I had the same amount of men, just because it was all spread out. If you get my meaning. I like having a kind of a condensed army, if that makes sense. Not too many different unit types to try and figure out and worry about. Let's see, let's get some captains and some great swords. Ooh, we ran out of... Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay, that was the veteran swordsman that I ran out of. Okay, so let's put them back where they belong, at the kind of 12 mark. And let's go ahead and put these guys back down. I had them up higher so that we could use some of our... excuse me, our lower tier infantry to soak up some of the fire before our elite units ran in, but let's go ahead and move you down to sharpshooter. No, you're down here. Oh, I forgot I even had these guys. Huh. Okay. Let's get a bunch of these dudes. Where are my... Yes, Ulrich Swordsman. Let's move you down. You are a 12 cost, so I'll put you right next to the veteran swordsman. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to continue building Ulrich Swordsman. We'll see. We'll see. Ooh, Blazing Sun Knights, lovely, and some Caribord Greatswords. Oh, I lost my Caribord Greatswords. That's unfortunate. I also lost the last of my mercenary ogres, but I do have one lead belcher left, which these guys, it's a shotgun. Like literally when it fires off, you'll just see shots go off everywhere. They're pretty lovely to have. I'm not gonna lie. They're pretty awesome. Move you down. I'm trying to do it by price. Yeah, so I try and put it in price so that my elite units are the first on the field, and then my units that are still training are only fielded if absolutely necessary for field battles. So let's go back to Plaguewind. Go to Lord's Hall. It's another one of these. That's unfortunate. That's what these are all going to be like now. Yeah, whatever, go away. Rat Mother Rika. You're not a... What? Oh dear. She's a rat mother? Oh, I'm so sorry. I almost want to keep her here. Be like, no interspecies breeding for you. Yes, I am a racist in the game, but not a human racist, just a racist of Skaven. Whatever. It's probably just a glitch. I doubt that they meant to have a human being the wife of one of the Skaven lords, but okay. Caribord, got some great swords here, lovely. Okay, so I think we're going to have to worry about him next. Yeah. So I'm either going to chase after this guy or have to fight this battle. If I have to fight this battle, then it's going to be him sieging it. So I will be back in just a second with something for you guys. So okay, so here we are with Bretonia. This Bretonia merchant was actually attacked by some Skaven, this merchant caravan, so we are going to lend them some assistance. And I'll show you how I kind of like to do open field battles right now. I am getting a lot of cavalry because of Bretonia right now. In fact, I have very few infantry, so I'm actually going to have the infantry fall back closer here. Normally, anyways, I guess I'm not going to do it the same way now that I have so many cavalry, but usually I try and get a hill, put the archers on the hill, put the infantry at the bottom. Sometimes I'll put them in shield wall, sometimes I'll just leave them in a line. Then I usually lead the cavalry around their flank once the infantry's hit, and then I try and charge in from either behind or the flank. However, with this battle, I think I'm just going to let my archers shoot them a little bit, let them get a bit closer, and then I'm just going to charge, because that's a lot of cavalry, and they're going to give this Skaven a really hard time. Oh, Master Gunner killed one of them. Who was that? A huntress. That was not one of my soldiers then. In fact, since I'm lacking some of my better firepower, I think we might just close the gap right now. Yeah, I think, yeah, let's close that gap. With this much cavalry, it's just nonsense to try and sit around. I've also found that I am absolutely shit with the lance, but if I go into first person, I can do it slightly better. However, trying to use a sword from swordback in first person is ridiculously hard. And it's still pretty hard to use a lance, I feel like, in first person, but it's a little bit easier. A little bit easier. Third person is pretty hard to judge where you're going to hit. There we go, there's a kill with the lance. It's kind of fun to use. I think it's more effective just to run by with a sword, but because I mean every little thing makes you uncouch the lance, so you're only doing that huge amount of damage when it's couched like it is right now. And I don't control that. That's based on speed, like the speed of the horse. So if it gets slowed down because we're going up a hill, or if I run into one of my own men, or if I run into one of their men, but not with the lance part, then it slows down like that. Okay, yeah, I'll practice. This is something new. I don't usually play on a horseback with a lance, but generally I like playing two-handed characters. And then if I do play horseback, because I have done it before, I usually just play sword and shield, maybe even a firearm, or a bow or something. Using a lance usually isn't what I do, but it is different. It's a little bit interesting. Okay. Only a few of them left here. Let's finish off their party. Ah, yep, see, too steep of a hill and it goes away. And this, the scenes that he's created for Warsword Conquest have a lot of these really steep hills that are a little bit annoying. They look cool, but for this type of game, they don't work particularly well. I mean, just look at this. Like, this is near impossible. It is cool, though. And it makes you kind of think, okay, so if there was a lot of men up here, I'd probably have to dismount and, like, try and push up it, so it is kind of interesting, just also at the same time annoying, if that makes sense. I need to find some better armor, too. I think I'm currently wearing Veteran Swordsman armor, or something. Veteran Empire armor, I think so. Okay. Thank you for your help, sir. It was fortunate to have you nearby. Yes, indeed it was. Indeed it was. Let's grab that. Oh dear, what is going on? Okay. That was weird. Okay. Let's see, we have some Empire recruits still. Grabbed some Forest Scouts. We're still healing up though after the siege. But let's go with let's just go with one of each so we have them. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying this series. Coming up, I will probably be trying to take Storm's Hall, Chamber of Pestilence, or one of these two castles, because I would like to keep as many as close as possible. I think Skavenblight will be the first city I'm able to take from them. Because I think their only other city is Putrid Stump. I could be wrong. Killzone might be a city. I'm a little confused by it, but actually, Plagueman's not a city, is it? No, it's not. No. Okay. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you in the next one.